Hey guys, we're back, Visor TV. I'm Visor.
And I'm Alistair.
And we're here for Avatar, The Last Airbender, and we're here with another installment, episode number 12.
Wow.
So as always guys, support the channel on Patreon, get the next few episodes in advance. And last episode, we just watched it. A bit of a growth episode for Aang.
Yeah, it was mostly, this episode was more about Aang than anyone else.
Well, it was more about Aang growing, but it was mainly about those two tribes.
Those two tribes.
But with Sokka and
the
Katara.
focus was to show that he developed.
He developed mentally, right? Like he's developing mentally. Obviously, he's still got a long way to go.
12 years old.
He's 12 years old, but then he's 112 years old. Correction.
Sorry.
He just slept for 100 years. And I like how they showed Katara and Sokka sort of like they foreshadowed by them first. You know,
and also Appa and Momo.
And Appa and Momo, and then we saw Aang was in between them. Aang was in between
bad
them.
blood this episode.
Yeah, a lot of bad blood the last episode, but Aang was there. He's the Avatar for a reason, and he's showing potential for that.
There you go.
And that's pretty much it. So let's open the box.
That episode was like
that was. I think this might be my favorite episode.
I think it's my second favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. Really I don't know. I think this might be my favorite episode.
But this episode they gave so much backstory to
so much lore, so much lore, man.
Okay.
I love this.
There's so much to talk about.
This episode was like fucking great. Like, man, what do you think of how they were telling us a story of Zuko and Aang, but they're telling the way they're doing it, the parallels, you know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know, it was just it was so fucking good, man. I fucking love that episode, bro.
I love the show, dude.
Oh my god, I'm so I feel great after watching that. This is such a satisfying episode. I'm being for real right now. This was fucking awesome.
They gave us the answer that we've been asking for a while. Man, one for Zuko and one for Aang. You know. Okay, let's go back for. Okay.
But man, yo, I just have to say, first of all, I love how they did this episode by showing Aang, Zuko. They're showing current events that they're going through. And then they're showing their past.
I see what you're saying.
They're showing the current events they're going through, and then they show their past events that made them who they are today. And they're showing how they resolve the current issues that they're going through,
kind of relating to the past events.
Kind of relating to the past events.
I see what you're saying.
It was such beautiful storytelling. Honestly, man, I just absolutely adored this. From the very start, from Aang having a nightmare to how it ended with the sunshine coming out, and it was awesome, man. It was awesome.
This episode was exactly what we needed.
I needed this
in terms of information, but also the feels that we got.
Yeah, no, this was some.
Okay,
great. But man, so it started off with the nightmare.
The nightmare with the storm. Does the storm have to do with? I mean, I know it was kind of a vision.
It's
what
a metaphor for bad things to come, obviously.
Yeah.
So even Uncle
Iroh,
he said the same thing. The Dragon of the West. So the storm was kind of like that kind of thing, a symbolism for obviously shit's not gonna be great.
You know how that friggin' guy controlled the friggin' lightning? It just
said, yo, that was
was that?
He is the Dragon of the West. He's a
firebender. How the hell did he manage to do that?
Well, there's some sort of fire, I don't know, there's some sort of fire property in thunder. But man, it doesn't matter, bro. It's the Dragon of the West, man. You expect that shit from him, dude. Expect that shit from him, man.
That was not normal.
That was awesome, man.
If he can do that while he was retired, just imagine what he was in his prime.
In his prime, he's probably
He should be the Lord.
No, I'm sure Ozai is on a different level too.
Shit,
because that motherfucker was. But man, okay, let's start him. So man, we had Aang with his nightmares. Aang was kind of he was depressed-ish. This episode, starting off, he was kind of depressed, and then Aang, he was distressed and all that other stuff, and then he met with those. He went to on that island. He met that old guy who sort of you know, like he was eating him alive, like those thoughts of like I ran away.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't feeling well.
And then that guy just put like fuel to the fire.
And the guy's just like, the last thing you want to hear is like, you know what? You're the Avatar. You fucking left us. You like, all this blame when Aang is going through that.
Yeah.
And he's a little kid, you know. Like, man, I felt so sad when I saw his face.
Reaction, man. He couldn't say anything.
He's like, he was about to cry, man. So he just ran away. I'm just like, oh man, this guy needs a hug from like somebody. And I'm so glad Katara went after him.
Katara's real.
Perfect, the most perfect person to talk to Aang in that situation, man. I fucking love Katara.
Any situation, Katara.
Yeah, you know, she's just awesome, man. So, man, Katara, like she went and talked to him, and then we saw Zuko's story, like his subordinates. Zuko's like, you know what? Like he was kind of distressed as well. He was angry.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't blame him for anything, man.
No, man, you know, after what the shit he went through in the past.
Like, you know, like let's just start from like, you know, like he wasn't treating his subordinates well. He's like, you know what? I don't give a shit about my subordinates. I want to get there where the Avatar is. You know,
we're thinking like, you know what? Like he needs to cool down.
He needs to cool down. Like that's kind of like he needed to, but and that too. He's saying this in front of these people.
Yeah.
And obviously, like the Fire Nation are not in favor of him because his dad embarrassed him, man, in front of everybody. Like burnt his ass. That's fucked up, man. Yeah, man. That's fucked up, bro. But man, okay, so we saw a little conflict between like the general and Zuko.
Yeah.
And the general was like, you know what, screw you, you're a punk ass spoiled brat. What are you gonna do? You know.
Yeah.
So the uncle came and was like, yo, just calm down.
Calm down.
Uncle's like, let Zuko do it. Like, you know, Zuko, he's kind of distressed. Like,
that would have ended bad if the uncle didn't come in the middle.
No. You know? Zuko was like, he was gonna fuck him up. Zuko was gonna kill him or some shit.
Yeah.
You know,
but like before Zuko's story, they started off with Aang. Okay, the question I have.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they knew that Aang was the Avatar because of the choice of toys that he picked.
Yeah,
and those toys were apparently belonged to the previous avatars.
Yeah.
So they thought that it was destiny.
Like so, like I don't understand. Like I kind of expected more concrete proof in that regard.
That's what I was thinking.
Like maybe there's got to be more like. Maybe he shows signs of some sort of bending, but like again, I don't know how like other avatars when they're first like what are the first signs of them being like what are the first signs you see when you notice like, hey, this guy might be the Avatar, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously it does happen when you're born, and then maybe when at the time of birth, if a baby shows or a child shows these kind of signs
or something,
you know, like I mean maybe these things are one of them. Like if you pick like these 4 toys. That display 4 different elements of like, you know, the firebender, the fire, all the bending, you know. So maybe he's the Avatar, and he picked out like the Avatar toys. So maybe that is concrete proof for in that world. So I thought maybe you needed more proof, but like maybe something more to solidify the fact that he is Avatar.
I think.
But you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe in the show itself, maybe this is one of the big signs, you know, that we just don't know of. So
okay.
But man. I like how the uncle, he took all the generals in the room to just explain the story. I'm like, hey man, my nephew, he's like this because of this. And then okay, let's start with Zuko's story first, because like I was kind of more intrigued with Zuko's story than Aang's, but Aang's was awesome too. But we sort of knew how Aang's story was, but now we got more detail. But like Zuko's was like the complexity of it really intrigues me, man. It really intrigues me. Like,
you know, it's funny how
it's just awesome, man.
Before he was like a very kind kid. He's like, oh, thank you, uncle.
He had hair.
To him.
He had hair, like full grown hair. He was you know, he was full of like enthusiasm. He was kind. Like the way he interacted with his uncle was more like kinder, you know. And I love the fact that uncle was always with him from the start, man. That fucking uncle, man, is such a great guy.
But like even his voice of reading when he was in that strategy meeting, he was like, you know what, like we shouldn't sacrifice people.
He's like, he's storming, like, you can't do that. He's like, he cared about his people, and we saw the contrast in the beginning of the episode where like he's like, you know what, maybe because of that fucking experience, you know. And then it's just like, okay, and then the generals over there, they're like, they obviously like, who the fuck are you, right? To Zuko, and then they complain to Lord Ozai, and then man, Ozai is one. He's one fucked up motherfucker, bro.
I was right about him. You have to admit, I was right about him. This guy just
like we all knew he was messed up, but like I never.
But like to this level,
like for this kind of show, man, like for like
it was not a publicity stunt, man.
And not what do you mean?
Like you did it in front of everyone. Like I bet.
Fucking hell!
If it was behind closed doors,
your own blood, and you're gonna do that.
Like maybe he wants to install like not fear, but tell everyone like, listen, this is my kingdom. I do what I want, and if I have to punish my son, y'all bitches gonna look and listen and That's learn to not do this shit.
You burned a little child, man.
No, not a little child. His fucking son.
His fucking son who's a child.
That's not something that
it's not even that, bro. He's begging him. He's like, Father, I don't want to fight you. Father, I respect you, please. Like, he's on his knees crying. There's tears on this kid's face. Yeah. Like, when imagine you have a kid and he's crying, like begging you, like, you're gonna beat him or something? Like, like he's your own blood. You can't do that. Yeah. But Ozai was like, you fucking disrespected the general. You're not gonna fight the general. You're gonna fight me. You disrespected him, his plans. That means you're gonna fight me. You disrespected me, and I'm gonna show you what happens. I'm like, wow, this fucking father, man. And he's the screams where he's like burning his ass, that fucking scar.
Why would he even want to get his father's approval after he did that to him? You know, okay. Look, it's more complicated. It's more complicated, obviously. Like, you know, like I'm not listening up through outside the scope, but like, it's because, man. It's because like, yo, like,
I
would have pure hatred for my father.
I would. I maybe Zuko does, but like, man, Zuko's like. Bro, the Fire Nation, like, Ozai is the most powerful man in the world. Yeah. Right now. Mm-hmm. He's the most powerful man in the world. Mm-hmm. And you know, like, at the end of the day, like, as fucked up as Ozai is, and he burnt your ass in front of everybody, I feel like Zuko, he thinks, like, the only way to redeem himself is to prove to his dad to get his honor back. Because, the Fire Nation, apparently honor is, like, he's like, you have no honor. I'm gonna banish you the fuck out of you. You have no honor from my eyes. I burnt your ass. If you and he banished him, and he's like, find me the Avatar. The most powerful man in the world is like, you find me the Avatar, and then I'm gonna restore your honor back. Yeah. And he lost his honor from everybody. He got burnt. Everybody got killed. Like it's just disgusting, man. What his dad did, but like. Zuko, like, mentally, he just got fucked by that. Wow. And man, props to the uncle for sticking with him throughout, man. Because if the uncle, like, abandoned him as well, man.
Well, the uncle also was the one that, like, let him go inside the strategy room.
Well, yeah, but the uncle...
maybe he felt like he was responsible.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? If I listen to the guards,
Uncle's like, you know what, Zuko, this listen for your own experience. Zuko's like, I'm gonna be the one in charge of everything. So like, so Uncle's like, he's got a good point. It's a kind kid. Let's take him in. Mm-hmm. And the uncle didn't expect his brother to be this fucked up. Mm-hmm. Like, who did, right? Yeah. Even the uncle kind of learns like, wow, it's like, I never thought you'd do this to your own son. Yeah. Which is horrible thing to do, man. Fucking horrible, Lord Ozai. Like, this guy's a hard motherfucker, but man, what he did to his son.
There's a limit of what you can do.
Man, is this a kid's show? Because if I was like a 10-year-old watching this shit, I'll be fucked up. I'm fucked up as like I'm not even like I'm a grown ass man. I'm like watching this shit. I'm kind of fucked up. I'm like, what the hell is like? What is this, man?
But it's like you said, the things that we catch now is not like how we catch.
If I was a kid, man, I'll probably catch this shit. Like I'll be like, fuck this, man. This is horrible. Run away from home. I'll be scared, man. I'll be so shook. So like, wow,
go to a mountain or learn firebending.
I don't know. God, I must prove to my dad.
Later.
It's not working. man, again, the parallel storytelling with Zuko and Aang was amazing. And then, man, so we get it. All this bastards. So that's why Zuko's so hard. Yeah. That's why he's like, subordinates. But I love the fact how he learned about it. He learned from his mistakes. The Avatar is right in front of him. He saw Appa flying. He's like, you know what? I want this ship to safety. I want to save my men. And he saved the general.
You know what? I thought Katara would be the most mature one in the show. But honestly, after what I've seen today, I'd give it to Zuko.
Well, Zuko is older, right? He's a teenager compared to those.
But then again, fuck that past.
Zuko has a messed up past, man. Zuko has a messed up past, and man, but look, like he saved his men, the general, and you know how the general's like, it's like the prince. What should we do now? He respected him, right? Remember how I was saying, like Zuko, like made his men respect him, and that's very important. Like at the end of the day, like that general who was shitting on him, like you're a spoiled brat. They heard his story. They saw what he did.
But the uncle also had a
uncle obviously. Without the uncle, they wouldn't know, right? Yeah. So like people don't even know the real story. Like they're like, oh, it was an accident.
I think that's necessary. Their crew has to know the real story. I'm surprised they didn't know the real story until now. Why have
it's a very sensitive like issue.
I guess so.
I don't know if I would want everybody to know a backstory about me, right? Like that's kind of like a sensitive issue, especially for a teenager.
You're right.
So like maybe, but like you gotta tell people like the generals like, hey man, this is why he is what he is. But like he's a good kid. Like then they showed he was a good kid. Like he saved his men from falling down. The general, you earn respect.
Yeah,
he wants to Avatar so bad, but he chose the safety of his men in his ship.
Yeah.
So like man, and he apologized to his uncle, which is so sweet. He's like, I apologize, uncle. Yeah. I see so much good in Zuko, man. I really hope he has a good end to this.
Zuko.
I really hope Zuko has a good end to this, man. This show, like he deserves. Like I don't know, man. Like I know he has.
So did his hair burn off, or is that just a style?
No, man, his hair burned off. Like he probably burnt him from all. Like over here, he got burnt. His face was so brutally burnt, man. Like he looked like a different person from what he was and what he became, man. You look in the mirror, you look at every day in the mirror. You're reminded of that day of how your dad, what he did to you. Like getting spanked is one thing, but this
getting burnt,
getting murked by the Lord Ozai when you're begging for your fucking mercy was. Fucking hell, man! Ozai is one evil motherfucker. Shit, I just can't get over that. Yeah. So that's Zuko's past story. And Aang is this. Aang's story was like, he was.
We know why he froze up now.
We know he ran away.
He ran away.
He ran away. He was having fun with those kids, and then it was kind of sad. That, there were some strict Airbender people. The higher ups were like, yo, you gotta focus on technique. But Gyatso, his master, was like...
You know what's funny? I kind of related to Aang in a way.
Okay.
Remember I moved to a new neighborhood, and I was a new kid.
Okay.
But no one wanted to play with me.
Okay.
And so like when everyone was like, okay, we're gonna, make your own teams, sorry, you can't play.
Yeah.
I kind of felt, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, but for him it was more like...
I don't know.
It was more like he used to play with them, but like now that he's Avatar, like now it's kind of worse because... It's your friends that you used to play with. Now even they don't want to play with you.
Yeah.
It's not even like a new neighborhood or whatever. It's like it's like your own like pals are like, hey man, you're the Avatar. It's not fair.
Shit.
So it's like it kind of affected him. Gyatso was a nice master. Like he was going slow with him.
Yeah.
Playing games like we're gonna develop him the right way. The higher ups are like, listen, man, we gotta hurry the fuck up. There's wars happening.
Yeah.
They had their point as well.
Yeah.
So they're gonna send him to the East Air Temple. East Temple, I think, and then Aang didn't want. He's like, "Fuck that, I don't want to do that."
Yeah.
So then he ran away. But Master Gyatso, before he ran away, he was like, "I'm not gonna let them take you away."
Yeah.
So he had a plan as well.
Oh shoot! I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, so Gyatso had a plan as well to like not let him go there, but like Aang just left on his own.
Yeah.
And and then the whole like the storm happened. Like that's why Aang did feel uncomfortable of stormy days. And then he froze, and then he saw Katara 100 years later.
That's why he's uncomfortable because that night.
It was that night. It was a storm that he fell with Appa, right?
It's so simple.
So like, and then Aang like he saved the Sokka and the other old fucking guy, and like he overcame that storm. Man, Aang, man, it was kind of sad to see Aang like how he was today.
Yeah,
he's a little kid, man. He's a 12-year-old man, and he had the responsibility of the whole world, and like how how they fucking like how they kept attacking him and shit. I don't like that, But like, that's how the world is. People are fucking like people are not nice, Let's be real. So, like a lot of people are not nice people. They don't care. They only care about themselves and like what you can do for me instead of like caring about how other people are.
Exactly.
So, like people aren't nice. And the old man was kind of like he just kind of like a manifestation of like that aspect of people.
But then again, he's an old dude.
He's an old salty guy. He can't even get along with his wife. So whatever. But I'm just saying, that's how generally how people are. You're like, you couldn't do this for me, so you're a fucked up person. You kind of don't see the whole picture.
Yeah,
So and that was pretty sad to see. But man, Katara, like I felt like she was a good. I think she would like in this world, she would make a good therapist. I was like speaking to her. This makes you feel awesome,
Well, even seeing her is like
awesome, man. She spoke with Aang. She made him feel better. And like Aang got happy by talking to her, like it's Katara, she's like,
bro, I know I said this a million times.
Yeah, I know.
The show, man, it's just I never thought I'd be so
invested in the show.
Invested in the
like,
show.
It's so nice, man.
It's like it's hitting all the feels.
It
has more good action, and it's more mature.
Exactly. How like I was hoping like there would be like adult themes that we could relate to. Like that was my perspective about the show before even watching it. As I said in the first episode, I'm like I think that like that's how this show is from like what other people tell me and stuff.
Yeah.
Like how like not old men, but like how like adults like how they feel about it. Like I'm like, there's gotta be more to the show than a kids show.
Yeah.
And man, this episode was just one of my fucking favorites, man. I loved it. I adored this episode.
Damn.
And man,
well, at least we got answers in this episode.
And man, and we learned Aang is vegan or vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat, so like it kind of makes sense because like I think that they're sort of going like he's a Buddhist, and I don't think they eat meat or whatever. So you know, he was from the Air Temple.
Okay.
So like it kind of makes sense. Actually. Like I don't know. But yeah, he didn't eat meat, so
all in all, man, this episode
was great.
Wait, was that missing? No, I don't think so.
I think that's pretty much it, man. Yeah. And Zuko's story was amazing, Aang's story was amazing, and then the conclusions both had.
Yeah.
Like Zuko, and I like that little face off they had Zuko and Aang. I know it was such a beautiful episode.
Oh man,
beautiful episode, guys.
For sure.
My favorite for so far. My favorite.
Really?
In this show, my favorite episode so far. Hands down, my favorite episode so far.
Interesting. Okay.
So guys, stay tuned for the MVP and flop. Alright guys, it's that time again. Who's going to be your MVP of this episode and who's going to be the
flop of this episode? So,
this is going to be a hard one.
For both.
Oh my god, I don't know what to do. You know what? This is going to be a hard one.
I would give it to Zuko.
I want to give it to Zuko, but I also want to give it to Aang.
Why?
Because, what do you mean why? Like, Aang overcame, like, the storm, man. Like he overcame the storm. Honestly, even Katara deserves even Katara deserves a shout out because she's the one who kind of like talked to Aang about it and so.
I give it to Zuko because he redeemed himself.
So did Aang though. Yeah, like Aang as well. Like bro, he was so down on himself and everything, but he went through the storm.
But you know, like even the ending when Zuko saw Aang leaving, and he's like, "What's more important?" He's like, "You know what? The safety of my men is more important."
Yeah, I guess. You know? But at the same time, like Aang also like like he like even though like the old fucking guy like shat on him, he still took the responsibility as an avatar and saved everybody. Yeah, you know what? I just feel like, and you got a point with Zuko, man. Zuko, like bro, like he earned the respect of his men. He did the right thing, and like Zuko was. You know what, man? This is our first time. We're gonna have a dual MVP, man.
Yeah.
We're having a dual. I missed those. Yeah, man. We're having a dual MVP. Zuko and Aang will be our MVPs of today.
You made us believe, put clothes on our backs. You sacrificed for us. You the real MVP.
Alright, guys, who's gonna be the flop of today's episode?
Everybody do the flop.
This is hard. This is really hard. Unless I'm missing something here.
I don't know, man. Who the flop could this episode be? It's like
the storm.
The storm because they lost. I actually don't know who the flop of this episode is. To be honest, like, shit.
I think we're stuck. We don't know who to get the flop.
This is gonna be a hard one, guys.
Oh my god.
Who lost this episode? Who didn't get what they wanted? Who didn't? The old guy.
What? Oh, because he lost his ship, I guess.
Man, just for being a miserable dude, I'm gonna give him a flop.
Listen, when worst comes to
it's an old guy. There's also who else can it be? Let's think about this, man. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give it to the old guy.
We have to.
I'm sorry, man. That old guy pissed me off. You gotta be more like. You gotta know what you're saying. I don't care if you're senile or not. Like you're like it's just like I don't know, man. Like
come on, man, it's Avatar.
I don't know. Yeah, it's Avatar.
I don't know.
You gotta be better than that, old man. Like this is my attempt to just put the blame on him so that he's a flop. You know what? He's miserable. You know he has a miserable relationship with his wife. You know, so.
Don't take lessons from them.
You know what? Yeah, you had an avatar right in front of you, and you blamed his ass and made him like feel like shit in the first place.
Yeah, you jerk.
Sure, you apologize after you saved your old rusty ass. And you know what? You're trying to swindle my boy Sokka by not paying it up the double what he promised. You know what? For all these things, bro.
Oh damn, nigga, chill.
No, man, fuck that shit. You cannot swindle. You cannot swindle my boy Sokka. You cannot. You're a flop of today's episode. All right, guys. That's it for today. Episode number 12 was my favorite. Awesome episode. I'm looking forward to the rest of the episodes. As always, guys, support the channel on Patreon. You can get the next few episodes there. And episode number 13, stay tuned for that. Do not like. He means to say to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Advisor, and
man.
He doesn't know who he is. He's somebody who doesn't have a name. And we're gonna see you next time. Peace!